Hey guys, welcome to another vlog. I know it's been a while. If you're new here, hi, my name is Priscilla Savage. I'm your host, and I'm an indie author, ghostwriter, and an editor. And I currently have 5 books published on Amazon and 1 book on my website, which more to come about that later. But right now, I am working on it's been slow. I'm working on a book that I'm hoping to publish this year. I was going to publish it in the summer, but it's like summer already started, and I as of this moment, I don't have any official release date. Still hoping to publish it maybe in the late summer. I don't know. I honestly don't know if I'll be able to do that, but I definitely want to publish it this year. And it's a lot of things have happened since the last time I did a vlog and since the last time I updated you guys on this book that I'm working on. And so I don't remember if I said this the last time that I did a vlog about the book. I remember doing. I'm sorry, guys. It's been a while. All of the links are down below in the description box. So if you want to check out my books, I would appreciate it. I want to know what you think about them. And I write all forbidden romance books, romance, and sometimes paranormal romance. I don't really have a lot of paranormal romance. I think I only have one right now on Amazon, and I have one that is publishing serially on my website. And you can check out that link below in the description box to my website if you want to go read that for free on there. But what was I saying? Yeah, I'm on the second draft of this book, and it's just been really slow. The last time I updated you guys, I think I told you guys that I just finished the first draft. That was amazing. Something in my mouth. And that felt really good. But so since then, I think after like a week or so, I began the second draft. I don't remember when I started the second draft. I want to say it was sometime last month. And my goal at first was to finish it within a month. And now we're going on 2 months, and it's like I'm not even close to finishing the second draft. Um, and one other thing that I did for a change was so I changed the point of view. I don't remember if I mentioned this in the last vlog. If I did, I apologize. I don't. Yeah, I really don't remember if I said this, but I changed the point of view. So it was I was writing in third person point of view for the first draft, and so going into the second draft, after really reading it and seeing I just felt like it made sense to and right now this is what it feels like for the just the way the story is going. It feels like the first person point of view is the way to go. And I was thinking about going between my two main characters, right? The guy and the girl, or the guy and the woman. But I'm thinking about just doing like one person point of view, like just the my main female character's point of view. Um, and then maybe doing like bonus like chapters for the guy's point of view. That's what I'm thinking about. Although when I started the second draft, I started out with doing both point of view. So my main female character's point of view and my main male character's point of view, right? But as I made progress with the second draft, I realized that I feel like I want to make it just the main female's character's point of view. I feel like it's gonna make the story flow better. And I would like have places where like I would write his point of view, the guy's point of view later on for the story. Maybe like a bonus chapters or whatnot. So that's kind of what. So my mind has just really changed throughout this process. I've just really changed throughout this book, which happens with a normal book, right? If you're writing a book, like it's gonna change. It's not gonna be the same book that you started with, or the idea that you started with. It could be the same idea, but things are just gonna change and evolve differently than what you intended for it to be. So it's a lot of things that are happening, and I don't think those are the things that are slowing me down. I had a lot of. I mean, I traveled. I went out of town Was it last week for like a week and a day or so. And some things, I mean, just it's not, I'm making progress. I'm still writing. It's just really like going slow. Um, but I'm grateful that I'm still writing. Like I'm not, I'm not going like weeks or days without writing, right? Like I'm still writing. I just feel like it's going so slow because of the other things that I have going on, and the traveling, and just just attending to different matters. And so I guess I just want to just update you guys. This has just been a while since I did this vlog. This is gonna be a chatty vlog, I think. I'm going to go have lunch later on. I have a call to take and I have a call to make. I'm gonna go get lunch and I'm going to cook probably later on. So right now I just want to sit down and work on this a little bit. I have outlined like um the story pretty much aside from the epilogue. So I've like pretty much outlined major points in the story, like over 90%. And so this is really helpful, just outlining and just looking at it and working towards the scenes and working on these different scenes. So it's been helpful doing that. And one thing I think I also did, I don't know if I told you guys this, I was reading a lot. For some reason, I just was like in a reading cave, right? So I paused my writing, not for a long time, because I finished like 3 books within the span of like 1 week or 1 week and a half, or maybe 2 weeks. Um, which when I really enjoy a book, I mean I just go through it quickly, right? So and I'll tell you guys later on. I can tell you guys what books I was reading if you guys want to check them out. I can do that. Hopefully, I remember towards the end of the video. I will do that. Hopefully, I remember. If I don't remember to do that, I'll probably do that in the comments. But just look out for that. But yeah, I was reading, and I was enjoying myself, right? I was really enjoying myself reading these 3 books by one author, by the way. And so I think I want to say, not in a bad way, maybe in a little bit of a bad way, that slowed me down a little bit because I was like just reading and just could not put these books down. It's really good. Which it had been so long since I experienced that with a book, where like I would read a book and I would be reading a book and it would be so hard to put it down because it's just so good. So it felt really good, and I was just enjoying myself. And this was before I traveled, and in between like other things was going on. Um, but now I'll kind of put a pause on the reading. I will still go back to read because I have like a bunch of books that I want to read, right? Like, but I will go back. But right now, I just really need to focus on which reading is also very helpful. For a long time, I think I mentioned this in one of my other videos. For a long time, I stopped reading, intentionally stopped reading, not because I was writing or I wanted to focus more on writing, but it was because I think I mentioned this before, I was so scared that, and I think this happens with a lot of other like authors, like they've like shared like their experiences on threads. But like I was so scared that I would like subconsciously start writing exactly like the authors whose books I was reading and enjoying. And that scared me because I didn't want to come up as like I'm not a someone who like copies people's stuff. I like my own original stuff. I want to write my own thing. I want to write stories that I want to write, stories and ideas that just like come from me, and I just want to like explore them, right? And this has happened to me one time when I was writing on Wattpad. Um, I was writing my book, but not knowing that I was subconsciously kind of just like writing my book that was a lot similar, certain scenes similar to another story on Wattpad, and I didn't know this until the author reached out to me and pointed it out to me. And I think I've mentioned this in one of my other videos. If I haven't, I will say it. One of my books, A Weather Most Beautiful. When I first wrote that book on Wattpad, which is what I started with all of my books, right? When I first wrote, because A Weather Most Beautiful, I had to rewrite the whole thing. But I first wrote the book, unbeknownst to me, right? I was subconsciously taking in some of the scenes that I guess I don't remember, some of the scenes that I read from this book by this author. I forgot the name of the author. On Wattpad, right? I enjoyed the book so much years ago before I started writing my own book. But for some reason, my subconscious just thought it'll be good at that time to pick out some of the scenes. And I was just subconsciously, it was in my mind, and I was just writing scenes that were similar to that scenes in that book. And when the author reached out to me, I was like, what in the world? Like, no, like, I don't, this is my stuff, blah, 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 blah. And they like, they like showed me like parts of their book, that their story that was similar to what I wrote in my book. And it was, oh my gosh, it was so horrifying. It was so horrifying. It was so embarrassing. I felt so bad. I was like, I had no idea that I was taking on some scenes from your book. Like, my mind, I had no idea that I was writing scenes that were similar to parts in your book, right? And we talked about it, me and the author, we talked about it, and the situation was handled. But it was such a horrifying time and moment for me, because some of your readers reached out, and people were like, they were saying that, oh yeah, like I'm stealing their work, and I'm like, no, I don't. I have like four other books on Wattpad, original books. Like, I don't steal people's stuff. Like, I had no idea that I was doing this subconsciously. So because of that, that experience scared me. I had to rewrite my book, because I published it on Amazon, the older version. So I had to take it down. I even change the cover. I mean, the cover wasn't original too, but I wanted to. That was a good experience in the sense that I learned a lot from that. I remodeled my book. I rewrote the entire book, which was a lot of work, but it was fun for me in the sense that I rediscovered certain things about myself. And I wrote the entire book, changed the cover. I like the cover better now, and the book is doing so much better now. And I will say that that experience was horrifying and scary, but it was, I don't even know, I'm digressing. This is, oh my God, this is gonna be so long. I guess I just felt I should say this. It was such a horrible experience and embarrassing experience, but I'm grateful for it. I'm really grateful for it. Why? Because it made me realize that though I had more in me, like, it made me realize certain things and realize that, okay, there's certain ways I can do things to where, like, it's not gonna come back and bite, and just like bite me, right? I don't know if I'm using the right words. Like, it's not gonna come back and hurt me in the process. Um, but because of that experience, even though, yes, I was grateful for it later on, especially when I wrote the newer version of Abuela One Was Beautiful, rewrote the whole thing, a new edition, changed. I mean, I rewrote the whole book. And I actually liked the newer version better, way better, and it sounded more like me, like more like something that I would write, Priscilla would write, and I'm grateful for it. Um, but because of that experience that I had on Wattpad, I just stayed away from reading books on Wattpad. I stayed away from reading books in general, like just because I was so scared that it would happen again. I would enjoy a book so much that I wouldn't know the time that my mind would just start like writing scenes that were similar to the book that I enjoyed, right? And it was just, I was just so scared of just reading books, fiction books. I still read nonfiction. I read a lot of nonfiction books, but I was scared of reading like fiction books, especially in the romance genre, because I write books in the romance genre, right? Um, but recently, when I started reading these three books that I would later on tell you guys later on about this author, and I'm following this author on YouTube too, the TikTok and whatnot, and their journey. It kind of recently started following their journey, maybe like in the last year or so. But it's just been really helpful for me, and just made me realize that, you know what, like, there is more to me, and just made me realize why I love reading in the first place. Not just to enjoy myself, but to learn, not to copy, other people's writing. I mean, you can, copy people's writing style, but not copy their work, if you know what I mean, right? But it made me it really made me appreciate writing, and just made me appreciate words again, and what words can do to somebody, and the effect that words can have on readers. And so I was really enjoying. I was having such a good time reading the past month or so. And yeah, and so I mean, that was another reason why I was kind of slowing down in my writing. But it's been really helpful, honestly, and I would recommend to any writer and author out there, like, read. Don't be afraid of reading. Just be very intentional with your reading, and just know why you're reading. Right? Yes, you're reading to enjoy for sure. Like, I read to enjoy as well, but also have other purpose for reading, other like reasons, other like purposes for reading as well. Because reading help you with your writing craft. It helps with your writing, and when you read, I feel like when you read, you get better. Like you get to know what to look for, even in your own writing. You know what I mean? You know what to look for in your own writing, and it helps. It definitely helps you, especially if you're even if you're also an editor like me, like you just know what to look for. Like you're reading, to enjoy, but later on you're also reading to analyze, and it really helps you in your own journey as well, in your own writing career. And yeah, that's a lot. That's something that I've been learning, and I don't know why I'm saying all this. This is gonna be a really long vlog. If you don't, I don't know if I can put timestamps in this vlog. And if you want to skip this part, you can. But I want to go ahead and do a writing sprint. I want to do like maybe a 20 minutes writing sprint or 10 minutes writing sprint. Let me set my timer. Um, yeah, I definitely want to do a writing sprint. I don't know how many I'm going to do, but I want to do at least one. I want to do at least one. If I can do at least one and maybe get this page like done, like this page right here. That would be nice. Um, and then I have like I have a I have some scenes. I feel like I can finish the second draft in the next week or so. Like if I don't do anything else, that's gonna take a lot of my time. I can finish it. But if I have other things I'm gonna be doing, aside from this, which I do have a lot of things, I don't know if I'll be able to finish it within the next week because I have one of my most beautiful. My narrator is like wrapping up on the edits in the audiobook, and we're like estimating that book to be ready and released sometime next month, hopefully. Hopefully, it's just been a lot of like editing, a lot of like just um pausing and things like that on both ends. So that's always something that because when she finishes with the edit, I have to go back and listen to the edits and listen to the whole all of the chapters in the audiobook before approving the files and sending it off to ACX to approve. So that's gonna be a whole other process. So while I wait for her to send me those edits, I am going to be working on this book. I still have, I think I've mentioned this before, Regina Most Beautiful, which is the second standalone book in the Most Beautiful series. Awolowo Most Beautiful is the first. So the second book, Regina Most Beautiful. The second book, Regina Most Beautiful, I'm still working on, and that book might be released next year, honestly. Just being honest. I'm back. I'm back. I have to take a call. So what we're gonna be doing is I'm gonna do a 20-minute sprint here and have my outline ready. And we'll see what we can do in 20 minutes. I'm on chapter 23. I'm in the middle of what I finished a scene. I'm about to start another scene in this same chapter the following day. So let's see how much we can do, and we'll go from there. Right now I have 1,206 words and 4 pages. So let me see. I'm gonna keep working on this chapter and start the scene. This scene is gonna be a business meeting, which I guess I can say this now. A big part of this story is it's like business, and it's a business meeting setting, but not the kind that you would think. It's not like an office sort of setting. It's a different kind of business, and so that's a big part of it. There are other scenes, other like parts of the story, but like this is very important for this story, and it might change, but for right now, this is a big part of the story. So this is going to be another business meeting, another because there's been others. Not like not that I thought I needed to explain that, but I just wanted to put that for context. So this is another meeting, and something significant is going to happen here, and hopefully it raises the stakes a little bit more with this part. So I'm going to do a 20-minute sprint, and let's see how much we can cover. I had a good sleep. Okay, I should not be yawning. This is black tea, by the way. It's really good. with some milk, some cinnamon. Um, Thanks to my husband, actually, he made me try that, and I just ever since I've been like putting cinnamon in my tea. It's really good. So let's see. We're going to do a 20-minute sprint, and the time starts now. Let me see. So let's see. So we had 1 2 0 6. Now we have two. Let me see. How many words did we write? 2068, right? 2068, right? Minus one. I think it was 1206 that we had. So right now I've written a total of 862 words, which is not too bad. Honestly, not too bad. Oh, I'm okay with that. I'm still working on this scene. Um, mm, I'm still working on this scene. Um, so 862 words is not too bad. I'm in the middle of this scene, so I might come back and finish this. I think I might come back and finish this scene, so that way we can move on. But I'm gonna pause right now. This is 1:33. I have a call to make like around 2 o'clock ish, so I want to go have lunch, at least heat up my lunch, and then I will make that call. After that, I'll probably schedule content, or I'll probably wait until like Sunday. But I kind of want to. I think I want to schedule content for Sunday, and then schedule some on Sunday for next week. But I'm gonna go have lunch first, and then we'll come back and see what more we can do. I have some other things that I need to do actually, so I might come back and work on that later. Work on that scene, finish that scene later. but it's something else I want to do. I need to do something on Amazon. I need to do something on Amazon, and I'll probably come back and finish that scene. But let's go have lunch, guys. I'm honestly not too hungry. Um, I'm really not too hungry, but I feel like because of my goal, I have to eat something. I can't just like not eat. I have to eat something, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go, and I have to work out today. Hence, that's why I have my workout gear. But yeah, I'm gonna go get lunch, and I will talk to you guys soon. If I don't come back, then bye for now. All of my links in the description box below. If I do come back, we'll probably do a little bit of chatting, maybe some more writing sprints. But you know what? I think I'm gonna end the vlog here. Actually, I think I'm gonna end the vlog here. I just realized that I have to make my call. I have to make my call. So because I have to make my call, I'm gonna end the vlog here because when I make my call after that, I'm probably not gonna come back to writing until later on in the evening. And I don't want the vlog to be so long. So it's already like 27 minutes. I know I still have to edit this, but I'm gonna get my lunch ready and then make my call, do my thing on Amazon, do a bunch of other things I have to do, and then probably go back to writing. But I want to make my lunch right now. And I know this was more like a sit down vlog. Oh yes, I did say I was going to mention the books that I was reading this past few weeks by Sarah Sutton. I don't know if you guys know her. She's a young adult romance, clean romance author, and I was reading Teaching the Teacher's Pet, Rebelling with the Bad Boy. Actually, I read 4 books. Oh my goodness, I read 4 books in like 2 weeks. Teaching the Teacher's Pet, Rebelling with the Bad Boy, the Teaching Teacher's Pet, Rebelling with the Bad Boy, and then her Luxuries of Love series, which is a new adult romance. The Princess and the Fraud, which is the second book, which is the most recent book. The Princess and the Fraud, and then what's the other one? So I read Love and Other Champagne Problems, and then The Princess and the Fraud. But I first read Rebelling with the Bad Boy. I read Rebelling with the Bad Boy, Teaching the Teacher's Pet. Gosh, I read 5 books. I thought it was just 3. So I read Teaching the Teacher's Pet, Rebelling with the Bad Boy, Dreaming About the Boy Next Door, Love and Other Champagne Problems, and then The Princess and the Fraud, all by Sarah Sutton. So go check out her books. She's a great writer. Those books are really good. So you can tell, like, I read 5 books in like less than 3 weeks. If I had my way, I would have read more, but I had to pause and like go back in my writing. Because we have deadlines, unofficial deadlines. So yeah. But yeah, if you guys want to check out my books in the description box below. I write forbidden romance, and paranormal romance books. All of my books in the description box below. Go check out my books and let me know what you think. And I will see you guys later. Later. Is that how I'm supposed to go? I don't know. I'll see you guys later. Keep writing and keep believing, guys. Thank you for hanging with me, and I hope you guys like this vlog. Next time, I'm gonna try to do a moving vlog. I'm going to move around. I'm gonna do other things instead of just sitting down and chatting. But thank you so much, guys. And if I have any more updates for you guys, I will definitely let you guys know. But for now, that's that. Thank you. I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.